The origin of jeans in the history of a fabric. It is known that in the 16th century, with double-breasted cotton fabric very similar to wool, sailors' garments were made in the city of Genoa. That fabric made a fortune, and although the pants of that time were not yet jeans, yet they were already designed for one thing, to last long enough to finish a journey. There was no removable garment but only one. Genoa was the industrial headquarters of this route and strong fabric that was used in the manufacture of clothing for workers in the sea and in the fields. The origin of the word jeans comes from the French name Genoa. Then the name of jeans would come, by which the famous jeans would also be known over time. The inventor of jeans is Oscar Levi Strauss. The initial design of this boy was the sale of canvas fabric of tents of carts and wigs. Levi Strauss supplied the army with canvas fabric, and on one occasion this important client of his rejected an order claiming its for quality. Levi Strauss found himself overnight with a huge amount of hard-to-get used material. Strauss observed that cowboys and gold prospectors consumed a great deal of pants. He investigated the cause and saw that it was all due to the low resistance that traditional fabric offered. For the hard work of its users, neither short nor lazy. Levi Strauss designed and made sturdy trousers with a spare batch of canvas fabric. The first jeans in the history were route pants so stiff that they stood on the ground. But they had a virtue: they were very resistant and had many pockets. And no insignificant matter since the people for whom they were destined needed to carry with them an infinity of small tools and mineral samples. The miners began to acquire them, and so Levi Strauss began do not supply. Bim made the amount that he made. They looked them from their hands. Amid this unexpected success, in 1960, he replaced the canvas with a somewhat finer fabric to name twill, which the clever tailor dyed indigo blue. The typical color of the denim garment was born. People were too attracted to that indigo blue that faded and left white glazes or stand in a capricious distribution, not sought after but arising at random. To achieve this effect, Levi Strauss did not resort to any secrets, but simply left them submerged in the trout. The cattle were in charge of removing again and again the pile of garments, and when a couple days had passed, they tended them to the sun, shrank them. Evolution of jeans. Jeans they did not undergo much evolution at that time, but from the year 1950, the first hard and resistant jeans began to made perfect to fulfill the intended purpose, but with a defect their excessive weight due to which the pocket seams were opened. It was a problem, but it was quickly resolved. Strauss took advantage of an idiot college and co-religionist of his, Jacob Davis, the inventor of the Cooper rivet. Levi Strauss incorporated that at the base of the fly and in the seams of each pocket to prevent the crotch, the most worked by miners and jeans, from opening. However, the solution of his problem created a bigger one, as the miners did not use underwear when squatting in front of the fire. The head heated the rivets, and with the region of the body that they covered reached high temperatures. Even burning sucked a sensitive part of the body. Naturally, the rabbit had to abandon it in that area and move it the less dangerous one. In fact, the rivets were preserved until 1935. That year, the cowboy began to be used a massive way by the chill population, and once again, the rivets were a source of problems. Their friction with benches and desks spoiled the school furniture. In 1938, the rivet in the back pocket, which are responsible for the damage, was removed, and that same year became a fashionable garment. Vogue magazine ran an ad in which two women in high society were wearing tight jeans. It is what the so-called chic fashion of the Wild West, which is still marketed today. Within the predominant in 1912 of the zipper, and especially with the advances made by the American zipper, the cowboy gained new momentum. Jeans could now be tighter and tighter. That at the first was thought of as a worker's garment, little by little became a fashionable object desired by dressmakers. Since then, the jean has been subject to all kinds of uses and modifications, such as the one assigned to this garment by Calvin Klein.